Hello, good afternoon. Happy Monday. Hopefully you're all having a good day so far. Let's see. We left off this morning just setting up something to do with multiple routers. Right, that's what it was. So we're in this branch playing around. Hack Hurts, hello. How are you doing today? Right, I nested this routes in here. Right, that's what I did. I nested the routes. You're doing well. Awesome. That's good to hear. I'm doing pretty well too. Mondays are always like interesting. Sometimes they're like really good days. Sometimes they're sort of like tough to get back into days. I think today is a pretty good day. TB Snyder, hello. How are you doing today? So, let me see. You know what I was thinking of doing is seeing if I'm still logged into Restream over here on this browser. I might be able to get the mixed chat integration thing. That might be good to have. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Connect. I am connected. Okay, show me chat. Show me the overlay. Copy that, and I want you. Let's see. Okay, so I want a new source, browser source. We're going to call this. What is this going to be? I guess we'll just call it chat. Oh, we already have a chat. Right. This is Restream chat. Not that. I want you to be this instead. That is fairly large. Okay, that feels like really, really small. I don't know if I like that. Can you read that message in there? I like get the feeling that you can't read that. Which in that case, I would need to increase the font size. Like, or I would need to go in and like configure this. Theme, oh, I can't do like a theme of like really big. Scale, oh, I could scale like 200%, 300%. It's readable enough. I feel like chat's a hard thing to get working, especially ones with backgrounds. Yeah, I know it sucks usually. Also, I try to make that bigger and I don't think it did anything at all, which kind of sucks. Which I have no idea how to like to make it actually do the thing. There is a way. There I can make it better. Nope. That was the wrong, whatever computer this was, that was not it. I want this computer. Can I control you? So I can basically, I want the background to be gone. and like I don't know, up down like Zilby covers it when I'm there. I don't know. I don't like it. It's like it's too small. I can't read it on my preview, which like feels way, 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 way too small then, which is unfortunate. And I try to like increase the size on the website by 300%. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hide it, and I'll figure that out later. There is a way for me to like remove the background, so it's just the things popping up. I could definitely do that. I could also, I could launch it and then just have that as a different source. That could work too. So I'll deal with that. I'll figure that out next time, later. Okay. In the meantime, I tried to bring Zilby in here. He was in here when I like just was starting to press the chat the stream button, and he's like, "See ya, out of here," and then went away. I think he didn't. I think it's too cold down here today. His bed was really nice and toasty, and I took him away from that to try to like get him to hang out with me, and he's like, "Nope, I don't need that. I don't need to hang out with you." Okay, so we nested these quotes, and so everything works exactly the same that we expect it to. And the next thing that I want to try is merge and to sort of like see the difference between them, because so far I haven't seen anything in the documentation, although we didn't spend too much time looking at it, seeing what the difference between the two is. And then coming up with a like, okay, well, like this is why you use one, this is why you use the other. So if I want to do a like a different I don't know, we could do, it could be a different crate, or it could be I think this morning I was thinking of a crate for these, and that would be fine. Didn't I already do this morning? Why do you need to install a tool like every day? Let's see. Okay. Oh, right, because you have a, sure, I'll let you restart. All right, so if I want multiple of these, I can do a cargo new, sort of like my routes, or like other miscellaneous. Okay, so we create you. We go in to miscellaneous routes. And actually, we should be able to go into. Okay, so there's the source main. So inside of, I probably want to remove main. I probably wanted to create this as a library package instead of a binary. So we can change that really quickly. Oh, right. You're going to need all the stuff. So you need cargo add. Okay, so I'm in miscellaneous routes. I want Axum. That might be all I need. Okay, so if I do that, now I want to merge these in. I will also, okay, I also want to pull in all of you. So I probably just want to move that file in. I don't know why it wants to like bring in all that other stuff. That doesn't seem that great. Okay, so I think, yeah, no more errors. So if we're back to our main router here, so we had a nest, and then I want a merge, and then I want the other router. So that would be that. So uh it's like kind of both in the same case, right? Like we have, oh, you know what? So nest takes in this, right? It's nesting inside of here. Whereas merge is just merging in another router, and who cares like if there's a prepend, like a prefix to the route. I usually prefer giving some kind of prefix in here. So I think I would prefer nesting as opposed to merging. But besides that, I'm not sure if there's a big difference between the two. Okay, so if I restart the server, okay, so you're running there fine. So then I want miscellaneous. Yeah, so you're still running as expected. Portia, hello. How are you doing today? I hope I pronounced your name correctly. And then hello from Iran. Well, hello. Awesome to have you here today. How's your day been? Okay. So we now have implemented these. I like merge a lot more. Oh, sorry, I like nest a lot more. then merge. But I'm not sure there's like a huge difference besides just the path. And the path is usually just enough for me to like that a lot. Either of these take routers. So besides that, it's like pretty much the same thing. I could probably, yeah, I could definitely like put in some kind of, nope, not that, some kind of layer. And then that would apply to all the routes inside of here. And then I could do probably the same thing here, right? Yeah, exactly. So that's all we need. Thinking about it, have you started the Axum tutorial? Nice, awesome. Yeah, definitely let us know how it goes. And also have a Discord that you can join, which let me get the link here. Discord. Let me see, is Nightbot's thing gonna show up over there? No? Okay. Hold on. I can fix this. And by fix it, I really mean come over here and just paste that into Twitch chat. Oh, which then got flagged by Nightbot. That's fun. But anyways, yeah, so that's a link to join the community Discord. We do have, so I'm working on a new Axum course. So if you're going through, I assume you're going through the YouTube one, right? Yeah, so it's, I don't remember how old the versions are on there. I don't think it got updated too much. I think it was you who got updated like twice since that course came out. But yeah, things are, if you have any questions about that, ask away in Discord and we'll do our best to help out. I'm usually, I get, I'm a little bit sad by YouTube comments. Not only is it like really hard to do any kind of code examples in YouTube comments, half the time, I don't think I'm getting notifications. Like I see like the red little, 1, 2, 3, and then I go to it and like the comment is gone. So I think also if like you reference any code in there, YouTube just filters it out and it doesn't even show up in my filtered thing. Yeah, it was Axum 0.5. Okay, I think, 0.6 is out now, right? Yeah, okay, so yeah, so like just pay attention to the versions of various stuff you might install with in crates, because they're like, if anything is weird and it's like not working correctly, it's probably the version. That's usually what it is. Or at least that's where I would check first. Okay, do you have any different, oh, you have no other documentation here. Those are nice. All right, back to course articles. Nope, multiple router, that one. Okay, so we now know what this is. Okay, separate out sections of your app with their own routers. Combine multiple routers to get, I guess like this would be merge in routes. So merge in a router. Merge in a router with the merge command, like combine routes. So combine routers with the merge method. Combine routers with the nest method. Describe the difference between nesting and merging. Okay. All right, content. So maybe like a good starting place or something. I guess with this one, we're really talking about just like different merging. So we'll just have separating out routes. Hey, Discord. No, not now. Axum maps can feel very simple. All right, so Axum maps can feel very simple and easy to work with until you get a lot of route handlers and therefore routes to work with. This can make the main route, or I guess the route, function super like very long and unwieldy to read through. Ninja, hello. How are you doing today? But you can't complain. We shipped our open source project last week, so you can actually relax a bit. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Shipping something is always like super good feeling. Especially if then you can actually watch like metrics go up or like people using it or something like that. That's the best feeling. Is like actually seeing somebody use what you've made. Slowly but surely. I mean, slowly but surely is still moving forward. Okay, let's pull that in. Okay, so let's switch back. I don't actually know if I care about this anymore because we got everything we needed out of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this branch. I think I have to do dash capital D. Oh, and then I have to remove the one because I think I pushed it up to get hub too, which now I need to remember how to do that. There's a command for that. It was like git push like dash D origin nesting. That's what it was. Okay, I deleted nesting, and then I could do git pull and then prune. Okay, and then I guess I've already deleted the local branch, so that's all good now. Okay, cool. So we're good to go there. So let's see. We're in the main branch again. Let's see what we got here. So we have these miscellaneous routes. And we have the quotes. I wonder if I want to break out the quotes into their own files. I think that will make more sense for this. Let's do that. Oh, so I probably wanted to do something like this. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Okay, hold on. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I don't want to be here at all. This is in library. I don't want to be in library. Why are you upset? Because routes. Oh, I can't see that. Why can't I see you? Where are you? Okay, let's remove quotes. So that gives us, we have create quote, delete quote, get all quotes, get one quote, and update quotes. And that's it. Okay. Can I auto bring you in now? Yes. No, wait. Yes? Insert mod routes. Why do I need to insert mod routes? Oh, I got. Did I accidentally delete? I accidentally deleted the mod, didn't I? Ooh, okay, okay. We're moving somewhere now. Now you hate this because it can't find it, right? Expected value found module quick quote. Okay, so I could swear that those were, so in create quote. Yeah, pub async create quote. Okay, so. Oh, it thinks it's this thing, and it doesn't because it's named the same. Okay, that should make you happy now. I bet anybody who like shows up who has no idea what we're doing is gonna look at this, going like, wow, what a horrible setup. You should nest those. Let's not have the miscellaneous showing up right now. I can just hide those pretty easily though. Okay, so I have those, everything's running. I should be able to do they should work just fine though. Yeah, okay, so hello from get all quotes. Nice. Okay, so if we start with something like this, and then that means we're also gonna start with something like this. I'm gonna pull all of this in, and then we are going to play with it. Okay, so if I just go to here, so we start with you, okay. Already looking better. So we have our Axum. So if I... Okay, let's get rid of the miscellaneous. Was that outside of... Oh yeah, that because it's its own crate. So we're getting rid of you. Source, okay. We want to get rid of you miscellaneous. So create, delete, get all, get one, update, and then we have our mod. Okay, so after creating the router and route handlers, our folder structure might look like this. And a router file is also just as messy. Okay, so if we have any other parts, like any other things we want to add, I guess like code, like a router. All right, what was next? Let's see. Separate out the sections. Okay, so maybe like okay, so to do this, pretty simple, right? We're just going to do some moves. So we're in routes right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and create a router. I'm going to call it quotes. Okay, I think that'll work. Yeah, so now we have create quote, delete quote, get all, get one, update. And now everything looks like that. Okay, so we're gonna have to update the code though for this. but that should be fairly simple. So first off, let's update you to find quotes. So we have, we don't need this anymore. We're just gonna have a mod quotes. We'll get rid of, we'll get rid of you. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. And we'll do a pub mod creates. Ooh, I can do. Oh, but we're eventually going to do as like a single router, so it's gonna be okay. I don't need to go to like, hey, we're gonna export the functions, because like I don't really care. Okay, so that back to here. Chats, hello. How are you doing today? Oh, and I can rename those instead of create quote. I can just do create, right? Let's do like one renaming each. Nope, didn't want to go there. I wanted to go. Let's see. I want to mod create. Yeah, okay, hold on. I want to rename all these to not have quote in them. So I want to basically move like create quote to be like just create. I'm doing pretty good, thank you. And you're doing good? That's awesome to hear. Okay, I think that's all of them. So we're going to go back into mod. And so now instead of this, we're going to okay, I can get the first search for underscore. Just go there. Okay. Oh, I wanted the second underscore. That would have been what I really wanted. Oops. Do I often or ever use lock mode in Zellage? There's been a few times that we've used lock mode. I would say that I'm 50-50 on accidentally setting lock mode and then getting really confused about that, and then the other 50% going like, oh, actually I want to do something that lock mode like requires me to do. So yeah, it's like a 50-50 so far for the life of it. Okay, so we can do this. And then we can come back to the main routes. Okay, so we have mod quotes. Now we can have use quotes like create. You know what we can do? Okay, actually I'm gonna do it. It's gonna make it nicer. Can I actually mod? Oh wait, can I pub use and make that? Right. Okay. So now we can use quotes, open this up, and then we have create quote. Okay, so I mean, it's cleaned up this file a little bit, mostly up here though, in the mod and the use statements. Okay, so that helps. Okay, so this is what we have now. So now we have routes, quotes. So I like this. Let's do this again. We're halfway there. Uh-oh. Wait, how did I... Ooh. Okay. Nope, that's definitely not what I wanted. I wanted... Ooh, you're all off. Okay, so I actually need to do this as just character at a time, not word at a time. Okay, so we'll grab all of you. We don't want the miscellaneous here. We don't want you showing up. Okay, so since all our routes, so since all the quote routes, the quote name, what would that be? Attribute name, like something identifier. And just use use statements. How many years experience do you think one needs in Rust for them to develop their intuition for what not to do, for like the no-nos, and what to do for maximum performance? I don't necessarily think that it's going to be years of experience that's really here. Yes, because Prime made a VOD a year ago. Basically, it said that Go is much easier to build a solution with, and with almost equal performance. But he later updated in a comment that he updated the Rust code and now it performs 3 times better than Go. So I think this comes to a really better, like a really important, so it's a really important like thing to think about, which is years of experience doesn't necessarily mean anything. because it's like years of what kind of experience. Because if you take somebody who's been doing, let's say, game dev for 1 year, and I don't mean like they've toyed with game dev, I mean like they full out went into game dev, they made a game, and like it's something they're trying to sell. It's something that's going to be high performing. It's like really good. They're working on the high performance type of code. This, we could replace game dev with like anything else that needs to be high performing. Maybe like any of the computer science type stuff, some of the AI functions, like all those need to be, fairly high performing. Someone who's doing that over like a web dev person like me, I don't do any high performance stuff. Therefore, like I have years of experience in programming in Rust now, and I'm not any better than I was like 2 years ago at like figuring out performance stuff, just because of that. But if I spent a year working on like high performance type of code, absolutely, I would get much better at it really, really quickly. So I would just say like, you don't need much experience with it. Probably like a year, like any amount of experience you do will get you like exponential growth in that. So I don't know. It's like a year or two of targeted, focused experience. I think that's what I would say. Maybe more, maybe less, because like there's like different types of performance too that we might have to like talk about. Because like in web dev, like there might be a lot of experience outside of just programming, like that you can make to make things faster. Because like then database stuff comes in. It's like, okay, well, are you good at making the database faster? No? Oh, okay, well there's a huge amount of savings there. That's usually why you end up needing a team of people if you're working on like a big project, because like not everybody can really have the high level experience everywhere. Chrono Gameplays, hello. How are you doing today? Does that answer your question, by the way, chat? If it doesn't, then I can expound further and we can chat about it. Do you think Rust job market is going to grow? Absolutely, yes. It's already been growing, and I don't like, usually when things are on a trajectory, it doesn't like do an immediate hard stop. And so like after, well, I mean, we have so many content creators that are talking about, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, and everybody else who's like Google using Rust behind the scenes. I can't help but think that that's just going to cause Rust to become more and more popular as people are seeing that, and then decide like, oh, I want to do that too. It's a little bit tough for startups to get in on the Rust sort of bandwagon because you need Rust developers. And right now Rust developers are really expensive because either you have a senior Rust developer who knows what they're doing, and that's expensive because they're just going to charge you a lot of money for it because they could go get a job with Google. Why would they take your job when they can go to Microsoft or something else and like get paid twice as much, or more sometimes? Or you pay for it in experience, as in you get someone who's just doesn't really know Rust very well, or it's their first project with it, and you usually end up paying with that in like bugs and like, maybe lower quality programming and other things that they have to now learn on the job, and your code base and your product suffers for it. And if you're willing to pay that price, then maybe it's a good idea. But most startups can't even consider that, because like if your product just crashes and doesn't work, or it takes too long for it to come to market, that's a death. Like that's the death of the startup right there. Awesome. Glad that's helpful, chat. You're trying Rust and you like it. You're very bored in your day-to-day life and you think Rust can give you that spark. Nice. Well, I mean, in that case, Rust is like really good for us, right? Because if it helps prevent burnout, then absolutely go for it. And sometimes, like, I'm a big fan of not necessarily using the same code for like side projects as the main projects. Like if we coded in Rust for like a day job, I don't know how often we'd want to code Rust for like a fun hobby project, unless it's like game dev and being like way different type of code. Then maybe in the same language, but like you wouldn't want to go home and like make a web app after making a web app during your day job. That's just too, that'd be sort of like going to the gym and only working on your arms every day. Maybe even just working on your right arm every single day. That's just gonna not feel good after a while. Unreal, hello, how are you doing today? You're fighting that a little, wondering if you want to eventually have full-time job with Rust or if you wouldn't enjoy it as much any longer. The thing is that you could still enjoy it at work. It's just more of, if you have like a side project, even if you love it, like even if you're the most passionate about Rust, it's not a good idea to do a side project in the same exact domain as your day job. It's just too much. Like you'll burn out. You could burn out on things you love. How about that? It's absolutely possible to burn out on things that we love, and that is probably the most dangerous type of burnout, because you want to continue on and it's just painful. Does that answer your question, Chrono? And I know you didn't really have a question, Unreal, but does that answer your unasked comment? Totally makes sense. Yeah, it's I think that the only time that like I would recommend working on like the same technology on a side project is when your company doesn't provide training for you, which is unfortunately a majority of them, and you want to level up to get a promotion, or like you just want to like level up your skills so that you can like you can improve. At that point in time, it's a learning project. It's a learning project, and I would recommend trying to keep it temporary. Awesome. Glad I could help out. Okay. Here's the source. Okay, so it's going to export them for use in a router. All right. Finally, or okay. The main router file, or I guess the router file still. We haven't gone to 2 yet. So the router file only needs minor changes to the mods and uses. The mods and uses, but already looks much cleaner. Okay, so we're good to go there. Everything looks great, but we're not done yet. Okay, so while this gives us a nice, let's see, what do I want to do for this? This gives us a nice it cleans up a little bit. There's more cleanup that we can do. Okay, so notice that we have that Notice that all of our routes. The domain, what am I thinking of here? So like even if we want to add more routes within, it's like more functionality. So if, maybe not if, even, so maybe it's just like if we, you know what? Let's create a new section here. So this will be new one. So like a nested, like a second multiple routers. So while this is a good start, there is more that we can do. Notice that all of our routes begin with /quotes. If we wanted to add more functionality to quotes, we would add them after the quote. I don't know if that actually, I don't think that adds anything. I think it's more of like, we can further clean up our code by creating a second router for all the quotes. And then I don't want to use the word merge or nest right now. So like combining them. Because I'm probably not going to recommend merge in this case. I think when we get to miscellaneous, then we can recommend merge for that one because they're not necessarily under the same what do I want to call it? They're not necessarily under the same slashing, whatever I'm thinking of. Leonhard, hello. How are you doing today? So you've been hearing about how Rust is working to move to Polonius, and how it solves problem 3 from the NLRFC, which I am not aware of either of those things, or I've forgotten. Like maybe I read them and I didn't like sort of think of them. I don't remember. I don't know what Polonius is, and I don't know what the NLRFC is either. I was wondering if you knew if any other problems from that RFC weren't currently implemented, because I'm trying to figure out how that will change lifetimes. I'm guessing my biggest problem is that I'm not entirely sure how lifetimes are currently done in Rust. Oh, okay. So I'm not sure how to answer that properly. Like I feel like if I try to answer that, I'll probably answer like a question that's not exactly what you're asking, and I'll probably be wrong. Like you're talking about like how actually like lifetimes really work behind the scenes, or are you asking how they're like eluded and like how like sometimes you don't need lifetimes and sometimes you do? Okay, so this is gonna be fun. So we're gonna do pub function create quote routes, like quote quote router. Okay. How they're done behind the scenes. Like the documentation mentioned how it's currently done with a control flow graph with a model of origins as set of loans, but I'm not exactly sure what that means. Unfortunately, I'm not the right person to ask. Because like anything that I'd probably say is probably about as trustworthy as one of the LMs, as in I have a low enough confidence that I probably am wrong. Did John Who did a crust of rust on lifetimes? Like I feel like I watched one of lifetimes before in the past, but I don't remember. If he didn't, that would be an excellent topic. Okay, and so then I don't even need this anymore. Well, okay, hold on. I need pub use, so let's come back here. We're gonna remove the pub part. Just make this use. We really need to import you. And why is that now the first thing? I feel like that's new. No code actions for delete? Oh, come on. There's delete right here. Okay, so that makes you happy. Why are you unhappy? Oh, you're unhappy because inside of here, we don't need this anymore. Okay, further cleaning it up. We don't even need that anymore. It's gonna be so much nicer. Okay, so create router. So now, okay, we create this router, and then I guess we'll make sure it works here. So we're now going to do a nest where we're going to do quotes / quotes, and then what was this called? Create quote router. Like that. We'll just call it straight in there. And okay, everything works. No warnings, no errors. And I should be able to hit this with the exact same get quotes. You're unhappy. Why are you unhappy? That should still work. Did I not write everything? Wait a second. Why aren't you restarting? Uh-oh. Oh, because it's quotes. It's quotes. We have to update this. They're like that. Then it'll work. There we go. Okay. Quotes, and if I do like an ID here, there you go. Okay, perfect. So this is the next thing, and then we're probably going to nest this even further. But we can do that all in line. Okay, so what did I do? Let's update the quotes mods RS file to create a router and return it. All right. Notice that we've removed the quotes part of the path. We can use the nest method. It's actually linked to it. Okay, so to combine, to I guess like to nest a router. Okay, so we can use the nest method to nest a router with a single prefix, like a prefixed path. We'll do this in the main router file. This will be source routes .rs. If we didn't want to, okay, so if we didn't want to use to define the path quotes here, we could use a merge. Okay, so if we didn't want to define the path quotes here, we could use the merge. Let's do this one. Okay, a path prefix. Okay, so that's good. This finishes. Okay, maybe now our main router Okay, so in this one, we're gonna do another nest. And so we're just gonna do slash ID. Like that. Why am I typing nest? Next. It's nest. Okay. So, I mean, that doesn't really do too well. Okay, hold on. I really haven't done anything yet. Now we've done it. Okay. So this should still work. So I should be able to come here and we get one quote and we've added that in. So perfect. All right, so Nick, hello. How are you doing today? It's okay. We can inline nest the three. Oh, that's gonna pass spell check. The 3 quote routes that need an ID path parameter to clean them up. And now we have a clean architecture and routers that make it easy to add new features without sacrificing readability. Okay, so when would we want to use merge? All right, so nests okay, so the nest method is really nice for bringing in other routers, bringing in a router that defines routes for a group of related, well, routes, right? Group of related routes. We might have a bunch of unrelated routes that we don't know where to put, so we just throw them in a miscellaneous directory and let them define their own paths. In this case, merge is the choice. Is the choice? Is the thing to choose? Is the tool? So actually don't think I need to do the entire multiple crates example here. I don't think that there's any really, I don't think there's much of a benefit to showing that off. I think that it can just confuse things. I don't know if I want to call them Lambda functions. So maybe like utility API routes that that like our front end okay, where do we have you right now? I have you as oh, so okay. I want to remove the miscellaneous routes. I don't have you in here at all, so that's fine. Which means I probably should have thought about that before I did that. Now I have to redo this all. That's fine. It's okay. In routes, we're going to create a miscellaneous. Oh, we have that miscellaneous RS. Ooh, okay. I don't think it really matters for this. We're going to remove that. Sure. We will now take. Okay, so now we can mod miscellaneous or not. Why can't I mod miscellaneous? I did touch. Do I have to restart the LSP? Okay, so I have routes miscellaneous mod, and then okay, so I'm in routes mod. Yeah, so I should be able to mod miscellaneous from routes mod. Oh, I'm in live. That's why I can't do it. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. All right, so let's mod one. Why are you okay? Okay. We have 1, 2, and 3.rs. Oh. Why did I put a comma? Crony, you're watching the YouTube channel. It's great. Just want to start learning how to work with APIs and Rust, and your Axum series looks great. Well, thank you very much for that. I'm glad it's helpful. Absolutely. I'm super happy to create any kind of like educational learning content. It's definitely within my passion here, and I'm hoping that I can like continue to like provide even more value. Okay, now you're fine. Now you're happy. So let's now head over to 1, and we're just going to create these functions, right? Okay, so if I change the one for each of them, that should be fine and be happy. Okay. Okay, never used, that's fine. Okay, so in this case, we're defining our own series of paths. So maybe like this is do something fun, and this would be like a get to miscellaneous one. Completely different route. I probably should do this. Um, okay, I probably didn't need more than one of these. This is fine. Why? Ooh. Yeah, I did not want to do that. Okay. All right, so that's good. That works. So create miscellaneous router. We're gonna come back to routes mods, and now we can merge the in here. So this is create miscellaneous router like that, and then we're happy. Except at remove the other parentheses. Okay. All right, so let's see. We're good to go here. This is all fine and happy. We're to go here. This is happy. Okay, so this is now. Let's go see what we have here. Let's imagine we decided to create some utility API routes that our front ends can call that don't directly have anything to do with quotes. We might store these in a miscellaneous directory. And so, oh, sh. So we're gonna do this thing. Okay, so now we can have everything here. We're good to go. So we have our routes, miscellaneous, mod 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're good to go. When using merge, okay, so when using merge, we don't provide a path. We don't provide a path prefix. We don't provide the path prefix in the main router. Ninja, side question. What bitrate output resolution do I stream at? That's a good question. What did I set that to? I've changed it every once in a while, and then like I forget about it, and I don't really like go back to it again. Let's see. Also, Cosmic Fury, hello. How are you doing today? So my bit rate, I'm at 3,000 kilobits per second. So what, 3 megs? Yeah, 3 megs. And resolution, I'm at the default, which is, if I remember correctly, 1920 by 1080. Please go over, so does that answer your question, Ninja? Is there anything else you want me to look up for you? I also have it at 30 FPS, is what I'm streaming at, because I figure like not much is changing on screen, so that should help like lower, it should work better with a lower resolution than trying to do like 60 frames per second with the lower resolution might actually make it look worse, I think. Yeah, it seems, and I've noticed we did some testing on super high latency, low bandwidth internet. I actually visited my parents one time and I streamed using a cell phone interface, which was terrible, but it worked. What I did do is I dropped it down like 1500 before you started, like artifacts started showing up everywhere, but you could still read everything. And I think I might have dropped the FPS down too. It's like 24 or something like that to go like old school movies. And it was like readable and watchable and nobody got sick. So I was happy about that. The other thing that I've noticed is that if you, like for me, I'm an associate with Twitch and I have no idea about YouTube. So I'm actually curious about this. I'm actually watching YouTube. Can I change quality? Okay, so can I change the quality? Auto, I can use higher, data saver, advanced, but like I don't know. Okay, select a specific resolution. Can I go to 144p? I'm really curious about that now. I can. Okay, I can go to 144p, which nothing is readable, by the way. Don't do that. But it's that's a possibility that I can do on YouTube as part of the stream. Now I am partnered with YouTube, but that doesn't really mean much. I have like the equivalent to the same level of Twitch, where I can make money through them. With associate with Twitch, whatever I stream at is what you watch at. So if I were to stream at like 4K, then you would be forced to download 4K video to watch. Completely unwatchable on a cell phone. It would actually like kill it would kill your any data plan. That would be terrible. That'd be pretty bad. If you're a partner with Twitch, then they'll do like the breakout where you can get different resolutions and different bandwidths coming down. which is why you see so many people get partnership with Twitch, because it gives them that option. Restream. Please go over error handling and clean ways of converting into response expected by a handler. I actually think I have that. Hold on. I think I have that. Oh, you can switch the resolutions? Oh, okay. But it used to be, maybe it's just been years since I looked at it, but it used to be, I tried it once and it works, like everything was fine when I went out at like 4K. And everyone was like, why is the screen so small? I can't like see anything, or why is it taking up, like it's so much, it's too much. And so I just switched back to 1920 by 1080. Let's see. Do I have handling errors? So I have a lesson on handling errors as part of this course. And so you can see here, we do describe what I want to handle errors, return a result with an error, and create a custom error struct. And part of that custom error struct is we implement into response. So I do have this already in somewhere on YouTube. I just don't remember which video it is. Kiss Killer, hello. How are you doing today? Am I creating a course? Yes, I'm creating a course on Axum. We're creating an Axum course. And this is going to be a paid course. So the so-called like free tier that I'm doing is that I'm building it on stream, and that you can watch it on stream, or you can sift through the VODs on YouTube and eventually find it if you have the patience for it. Otherwise, it'll be like go to the LMS that I've created, and you can like pay to get access, and you don't have like it's easy. It's pay to learn. I think that's it, right? Like not pay to win, pay to learn. But hopefully that answers the question. Let's see. Okay, so when using merge, we don't provide a path prefix in a main router. So then we have that. So then finally, okay, and then finally, we can now bring in the routes. So this means this allows us to have different paths in the miscellaneous create router function. Aren't you afraid someone's going to make a playlist with the exact pieces of content collected from clips? I mean, not okay. So not exactly, really. I think if somebody's like creating a playlist of those and like they're learning, so I guess this goes into like more of a business type decision. I'm going like it's pretty easy for somebody to just sort of like create a bunch of content, and there's so many different ways like to create this. They wouldn't even have to steal it from me to like create more content like this. So for me, it's like a big part of this is going to be community, sort of bringing together. We're all together, like learning with us. Well, part of this community, and the LMS is a way for me to also like sort of not rely upon Twitch or YouTube as like the sole source of income for that. It's like that's another reason for like my own LMS there. And if somebody and my goal, I've been practicing this idea that this idea of having like the big like lifetime goal. Like my big lifetime goal is to help everybody survive, not only survive, but thrive in the, initially it was post-automation era, and I've changed it slightly to the post-AI era, even though in reality, they're kind of still the same thing. And in order to help with that, like I'm actually all okay. Like the more people can learn, the more people can get better with that. Great. I'm all for it. And so this is sort of like part of the, okay, if you learn from that and that's how you learn, that's great. I'm super happy about that. And then everybody else, I'm going to like do my best to like try to use that vision that I have to stay on top of the competition. And in fact, like it's not really competition in a traditional sense. It's more of like an infinite game. Like if you're familiar with game theory, it's we're all in this together. Like I think that all of us content creators who are creating courses, we can all exist together and have as many courses. There's room for so many more high quality education out there. And I don't think I'd lose very much money if like 20 more, 50 more, 100 more showed up. It's not either you or I, it's you and I and everyone who can master the craft. Exactly. We're all in this together. And so like to me, it's if whatever way somebody needs to take to learn, that's it. Like I am super happy for them for being able to learn that, because the secret for like all of this is learning anything gets you better at learning anything. That sounds weird, right? Like if you get good at learning Rust, that itself can help you learn anything else because you're in that like learning growth mindset. And I don't really care if that comes from me. I mean, obviously, if you think that I'm great material and like I actually provide good learning, then I would love for you to learn from me directly. And I guess like if anybody like can't afford like a course, like and you can't like don't have time to like look through a free tier, just reach out to me on Discord. We'll figure something out. My goal is that we all learn what we need to learn. Does that answer your question, Kiss Killer? It's basically I'm not worried about it because there's not really anything I could do anyways, so I might as well just embrace it. Thanks a lot. You're one of the few good ones. Well, thank you for that. I try to be. I think this is there's something that like I recommend, and I whenever I have a chance to like give advice to like a business owner or somebody running a business, it's that money isn't the goal. Money is a metric that tells me how well I'm doing. It's like if I'm providing courses that, well, I mean, to be honest, you're all target audiences for this. So if I'm providing content that you're all happy to pay for, then it's not my goal to get you to pay for it. It's the metric is, ooh, you're willing to pay for this. I'm doing something right. Therefore, I should continue doing that. I should do more of that. Does that make sense? It's a if you chase the metric, it basically makes it so that I'll probably stop making good content, and then you'll stop paying me because it won't be good anymore. That's an entire topic all on its own. Okay. I want to look at this. Okay, so we've separated out the sections of your app with your own routers. We use the merge method. Oh, I want to do that. Describe the difference between nesting and merging. So we kind of did that. Like you should be able to get those two together. So let's go to the end. What did I do? I went to another. Interesting. I don't actually know what keyboard combination. I did it so fast, I switched to a different file and I didn't want to. Would the course be on a platform that exists like Udemy, or will it be on my own platform? It'll be on my own platform. So I actually have the platform up right now, and I have one course on it. So this is the platform. So for example, if you wanted to come and check it out, here, I'll put a link in to both Twitch and, oh, that showed up on YouTube too. Perfect. Money is a pointer. Chasing the metric destroys quality, resulting in a paradox. Excellent. I like that. But yeah, so if you come here, like I have one course for full right now. And so if you create an account and you log in, you come to courses. So the one course that I have right now is the SQLX Rust. I have it for sale for $5. So you can actually, if you log in, you then have the option to purchase it. I use Stripe, so you don't have to actually give me a credit card. You give it to Stripe and purchase it. That brings you back here, and then you have access to all of this. So that's what $5 right now gives you. And I've gotten actually some good feedback on it so far. So I'm really happy about this. And so the second course that I'm working on now is Axum. And so that's what this is. And you can see, like, these are all the articles that I've written so far for it. And I have a plan, which is, so that's all of these. All of the ones that still like are colored in, that's the plan. I still have those to write. So we're almost halfway through, like we're really close to halfway done with that. So my guess is that it might, like, I'll probably be done with it sometime in December, January, depending upon how often I get to work on this. I am working half time on this. I got 25 hours a week for my day job, and then it's 4 hours a day or so, 5 hours a day, so like close to 20 hours a week on this too. Where am I going? You want to do backend web dev professionally. You're open to suggestions for tech stacks. You're reluctant to go JS Python for dynamic typing, so you're looking at Java, Go, Rust. What would you suggest? TypeScript. I would go with TypeScript. So first of all, okay, so there's an entire big sort of like thing here, but I would start with, if you do you need to learn JavaScript of some kind, because everything is going to run in a JavaScript ecosystem, like run like a platform essentially. So you need to learn enough of it to sort of like debug things and understand what's going on. So you don't want to like completely avoid JavaScript. TypeScript's okay, you already know a good amount of it. Okay, perfect. So I would go with TypeScript for anything that like needs to just straight compile to JavaScript and run in like the browser itself. WebAssembly is really good right now, and it's only going to get better, but not very many companies are interested in programming with it right now. I'm betting that's going to change, but I think we haven't really seen, it's not crossed the chasm yet. So you're really only seeing companies that are willing to be early adopters. Try that. So let's see, that's backends though, like literally anything, like every single generic programming language that you listed there have good frameworks for backend APIs. So I don't know the names of them in Java. Well, okay, Java has Spring, which is super popular in Java land. I don't remember what Go's is. Somebody who used to like program in Go told me at one point in time and I forgot. Rust has both Actix Web and Axum. I'm obviously teaching and going through Axum right now, but Actix Web is also a really good choice. If you use Python, well, okay, you're avoiding Python. C# has .NET, and so you can just create a .NET. What is it called? Oh, there's a it's like a confusing name because it well, I forget what it's called, but that's also really popular and used everywhere. And with .NET being open source, you can run it on any platform if you want. What other open source? I guess like PHP 8 plus has types with the question mark in it, and so that's doable. Like it's actually gotten decently fast in the last couple of years, and they have really good frameworks like Laravel that that are good. Ruby. Okay, so if you use Ruby, also hello Imizdren. Hello, how are you doing today? If you use Ruby, always use Rails. Like there's no reason for using Ruby without Rails. Like that's the main thing. Like I don't think I know anybody who even like thinks about Ruby without Rails. You've done some PHP, so like take a look at the only problem with Java for you is that Spring. I would assume that's Spring, right? You're talking about is a very big framework. It defeats the purpose of learning how things work. I mean, that's true. I guess like it depends on if you're. Oh, thank you so much for the payment for buying the course. Thank you. I get an email push notification, so I've got like that up on the side, which is really nice. Thank you. I don't have anything to like show up on a screen like some streamers have. One day I might set that up. Okay. If you sign up for Discord, I'll add you in. I don't have like an automatic thing to add you into the group yet. I'll do that after the stream's done. So I guess like, are you learning this for job? Yeah, you want to do it professionally. So like in the end, professionally, nobody really cares about like understanding the full amount in the back end. And I'm not talking about like devs. I'm talking about the business side. They don't really care about you. The people who are hiring you, like the CEO and the managers, all they care about is are our users happy? Because if their users are happy, they pay the company money. So in the end, if you want to do this professionally, choose a market that you want to be in, find like, I don't know, 5 or so companies that are in that market, and then find out what stacks they have. And then just that you now have a list of stacks to look into. And that's how you can choose the technology, is choose it based upon the companies that you want to get hired at. Because I've learned so many different stacks, and it's mostly where I work, not like I don't like go and search for a company that's based upon the technology. All right, let's conclude this before the end of the day. And then okay, so conclusion. What is this? This allows us to have different paths in the miscellaneous create router function. Okay, so conclusion. We can do I actually use dashes for that? I don't think I do. I think it's just hard to read. Oh, by the way, Kiss Killer, does that answer your question? I don't know if I like directly answer your question, or if I like sort of went on a tangent and then answered like a different question that I sort of made up in my mind. Which I do sometimes. I've been known to do it. Okay, so keeping all of our routes in a single directory and in one create router function can lead to hard to read organizations. We want probably a note. So, notes. Yeah, your insight is very valuable. The problem with you is analysis paralysis. So you need someone to tell me, go learn X. Trust me, you know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's well, I guess like that thing that I suggested with searching for the companies and like doing that, that would be my go learn X, right? The problem is like here, it's a funny thing. Regions tend to have different technologies as their primary area. So like I'm in Denver, Colorado. Here is JavaScript in the backend with Node.js is huge, absolutely huge. Silicon Valley, very different sort of backends. Arizona, very different backends. New York, like very different choices of technologies. Like this is also front ends. Like around here, React is huge. I know that for a while, my contacts in the Silicon Valley were telling me that Ruby on Rails had a resurgence for a while, and that was like the big thing that all the startups were starting up with. And I don't know if it's changed. It probably has, but just every once in a while, there's little cohorts of startups that all like choose a different. They choose the same language and the same framework. You do Rails remotely, yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. There's a lot of companies that have Rails in it. But yeah, so if you choose, you kind of have to choose, you have to be strategic. It's like almost like playing a chess game. You have to like go out and do some research, find out what your target is using, and then that you now have a list of what to learn. They're bringing cool features and a framework is really evolving. Oh, nice. I remember for a while, they kept on talking about new features for Rails and then like nothing happened. It was just all talk. So I'm glad that it's moving forward again, because Rails has some really it can help provide like spinning up like projects really fast and look really professional while doing it, and that's like really good for a startup. So I'm glad that they're not sort of languishing. All right, what was I writing? Keeping all of our, oh, right, state, or just like miscellaneous, stuff to know, concerns. To updates. Something like that. Okay, so when using when merging in routers, I think now I can use merging using nest or merge. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. It's a new feature. If I'm right here and I hit tab, it just brings me to the end. I don't need to go into command mode, which is, or hit the right arrow. I forget about that. It's really nice. I could even do it from like anywhere in here. Oh, that's super nice. Except if I wanted to put a tab in there, that's not nice. I don't think I ever need to do that though. When merging in routers using nest or merge, oh, caveats. So when merging in routers using nest or merge, we need to make sure that we have the same kind of state if our state is global, to all of the route handlers. I think that's what that is really. We can still choose to put state only in the sub router, which then we wait. No, wait, that doesn't work. I think we'll just go with this. If our state is global to all this event, okay. Keeping all of our routes in a single directory and in one create router function can make it difficult to find routes and see what is happening. Nesting, using nest, to merge in, to bring in routers of similar features. Oh, similar of the same domain. Am I using Vim and Vim? No, I am using Helix. Helix is what I'm using here, which is it's built like with the same design of Vim, NeoVim. It's made in Rust. It's brand new. It's still sort of like in beta, so it's still like being built out and have new features added to it. But it's like pretty much the same. There's some like different generic, there's some different default key movements around, but other than that, it's very similar to it. The thing I like about it the most, much less features to like configure. I don't need to do as much configuring for it, so I don't need to, there's no chance for me to fall into the rabbit hole of constantly working on my editor. Yeah, thank you. This thing though, these two windows, this is not Helix, this is Zellige. So like I'm using Zellige, which is my terminal multiplexer or window manager together with Helix. So like that, Zellige instead of Tmux, Helix instead of NeoVim. You're currently learning C. I built a simple shell in C. Do you think Rust is a good option for me? I mean, maybe. Like, if you're, it sounds like you have a good amount of like programming experience. Then, it's one of those things where it's more of like, it's good for you if it's good for you. Like, that's the problem of like telling you what like languages to work with, because I don't know your exact situation. It would be more of like a mentorship type thing, right? Like if I knew a lot more about your situation, I could like say, ooh, try this. So like Rust could be good. It could be really good, right? And it could also lead you to nothing. So, and the answer to most things is maybe. We can use Nest to bring in routers of the same domain with a shared path prefix. If we have a group of routes that don't share the same domain, we can choose to use the merge method instead. Either way, the if we have a state, they all must share the same type, state type. Okay, you go away and we're good to go here. So let's I think it's helpful if I reread it right before I would record it, and we're at the end of the day. So I don't want to necessarily go through that right now. We could do, well, it is 4:41, so it's a little bit late. So let's go ahead. We'll end it right now. Let's give it a title. This is multiple routers in Axum. All right. So I'll be able to we'll reread through this. I'm also thinking about just starting to move forward and do the articles on all of these and not worry too much about the videos right now, and just add in the videos later, which would make things faster for like completing everything out. And then I'll just do the videos all together at once. I might even do those as part of like the live course, because I am planning on like the first run through of this is be like a sort of like a live cohort style where, hey, you can pay a little bit of extra money and like we'll all go in it together in like a, think of it like or what I'm thinking of is like a boutique small code school. And like not boot camp, because I don't want this to be like intensive. It's just more of like, hey, you know, if you have some time and, you know, during your day, we'll all go through it together. We'll be in a cohort of like 5 to 10 people, and that'll be good. And then eventually I'll have like a whole bunch of things, and we could run through those together, at a regular cadence. So that's the plan. All right, let's go ahead and save this out, and that way we can return tomorrow. Finish this up. Okay, so we have Axum multiple routers. So I guess like finished rough draft. Then I finished you too. Untracked. Okay, so yeah, I don't want that. So I want to remove. Wait, is that true? No, I want to keep those. So okay, source lib rs. We deleted the routes miscellaneous. We have the new file. Okay, so source routes miscellaneous. Okay, all that's good. Modify that. Deleted source routes. Okay. So finished rough draft. And I already created a repository for this. That's good. We're good to go there. Thank you, Hackhurts. All right, so everything here is happy and good. So yeah, we are good to go. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you again for the one who purchased the course. Thank you for that. If you're still here, I will go and add you into the SQLX course Discord if you provided the Discord username. And with that, have a great rest of your day. Let me put up the schedule. I will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for about an hour and a half, and we'll work on that. Chrono Game. Oh, thank you for that. Let's see. Are you in Discord right now? Well, I'll just go ahead and look at it. If you're not, I'll reach out. Perfect. Thank you. And then in that case, everybody have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.